Well, Mr. Perfect, after having watched the Hulkster's interview, are you a slightest bit less confident than you were earlier on?
I've got all the confidence in the world, you know, McMahon. Hulk Hogan thinks he's going to win the World Wrestling Federation Championship for the 5th time. I got news for you. There's only one real champion, one WWF champion, and that will be Ric Flair at the Royal Rumble.
Then again, it could be that man right there, the Berzerker. I mean, this is every man for himself. This is a situation in which you cannot, no one really in my mind can predict. Oh, sure, you can try and use a little bit of psychological warfare, as you and Ric Flair are no doubt doing, but no one can predict who's going to win this Royal Rumble. It's every man for himself, and the Berzerker could very well be the man who takes it.
Well, McMahon, I'm Mr. Perfect, and I make the perfect prediction that Ric Flair will win the Royal Rumble.
We hear the voice, and yeah, there's the kisser of Mr. Fuji.
The devious one.
He is that, and more. And one of the more unusual athletes in the ring at the moment, the Berzerker. What does Huss mean?
Huss means, well, McMahon, it's really none of your business what Huss means, but it's just the way the man breathes. I think it's the way he gets that extra oxygen up to his brain.
Up to his what?
Brain.
I love it. I love it. Hush, hush, hush. More.
Well, that certainly was...
Well, maybe that's the mind-to-mind communication that Mr. Fuji has with him.
One says huss, and the other says more. We had an occasion to speak with Mr. Fuji about the Berzerker's participation at the Royal Rumble this Sunday afternoon. Here's what he had to say.
Look at my Berzerker this Sunday in the Royal Rumble. Not only that he'll win the Royal Rumble, but he'll be the new WWF champion! You mock my word.
Uh-oh, bad news for the opponent. Berzerker with a kick to the chest area.
Right in the Adam's apple.
What is this? Off the rope again, and yes, to the chest area.
That'll take the wind out of anybody.
Berzerker no doubt hoping to take the wind out of 29 other competitors. This coming Sunday afternoon, the pay-per-view spectacular.
You know, McMahon, the Berzerker here, his finishing maneuver is throwing people out of the ring, so he's very used to throwing people out of the ring. I expect big things out of him at the Royal Rumble, but then again, Ric Flair, like I said, will win the Royal Rumble.
And over the top rope down to the floor, the process of elimination. You do not have to pin your opponent. You do not have to make your opponent submit. It's simply throwing them over the top. And as you brought out, there's a man who can really get that particular aspect of the job done. Wait a minute. We may see it now. Yes, all the way to the top.
That
what
could
a way to break a leg.
That could be Hulk Hogan.
It could just as easily be Ric Flair. It's every man for himself. Sunday afternoon. And unfortunately for this young man, he will not re-enter the ring. Yet another victory for the Berzerker.
The Berzerker.
Huss. You bet. They're on their way to the Royal Rumble. We're on our way to the event center.
Folks, here in Boston, your chance to once again experience the excitement of live World Wrestling Federation action is now just hours away. It all happens tonight at 8 p.m. at the Boston Garden. The main event will feature the immortal Hulk Hogan taking on Ric Flair, who will be accompanied by Mr. Perfect. Also, Repo Man. He tangles with Virgil. And right now, both superstars are standing by with some last-minute comments.
I went from rags to riches. But Repo Man, when you hit me with that $1 million belt, I went from riches back to rags. Or, look into my face, man, when you hit me with that belt. Can you hit me now with that belt when I'm looking at you man to man? That's right, because you're a thief, you're a liar, and you're always sneaking around, ducking and dodging. You're ducking and dodging because, you know, I might jump out from any place and just jump on you, man.
Virgil. First of all, I want to tell you, I'm not a liar. I'm not a thief. And I don't steal from nobody. I just do my job. I'm the Repo Man. And it just so happened the $1 Million Man hired me to repossess his belt back. And now, Virgil, I don't know where I'm going to put this hook on you, but I'm going to put it over my shoulder, and I'm going to drag you right to the junkyard.
Repo Man out to silence Virgil forever. The two superstars meet head-on tonight at the Garden. Also, in a very interesting tag team encounter, the Warlord and the Barbarian will join forces to take on New Foundation, Owen Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. What is it, Owen? What is it? Everybody in the World Wrestling Federation wants a piece of the New Foundation. The two biggest guys I know, Warlord and Barbarian, are going to tag team against the New Foundation.
Well, that's okay, Anvil, because we're going to vow to take on anybody, no matter how big they are, no matter how strong they are, because we got teamwork, we got power, and we got the speed that'll take us #1 to the top.
Owen Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart not intimidated by the two behemoths, the Barbarian and the Warlord. Don't miss this tag team battle tonight at the Boston Garden, and it all starts at 8 p.m.